Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to talk about the card Elven Chorus. For 3 colorless and 1 green, it's an enchantment that says you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library, and creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. So it's a very straightforward and very simple card, but I think the design is really interesting and in a way kinda elegant. It's a very cool design that we've seen in multiple different ways before, but this combines a lot of different card effects and puts them together in a very synergistic whole. So Augur of Autumn, when you have Covenant turned on, is a very interesting card that's quite similar to this. That costs 3 mana and is a creature, which is obviously better because you want a lot of creatures in a deck that can be playing creatures from the top of the library. However, there is upside to this being an enchantment since it's a much harder card type to remove, and it is also going to give all of your creatures the ability to tap for mana. So I think when you put those together, it's a very similar power level to Augur of Autumn, which is an excellent card. However, they do go in slightly different decks. Augur of Autumn works really well in any deck that is based around lands or that has a landfall theme. Elven Chorus is a little bit more creature based. You do need to have a deck with at least 35 to 40 creatures, I think, before this becomes very good. However, if you have a deck that meets those characteristics, this can be amazing. So I think it's great in something like Inga and Essica. It's obviously fantastic in that deck because you're looking to play a bunch of creatures. It does have a little bit of overlap in that it gives the same ability that they give, which is a little bit awkward, but I think the upside of being able to play creatures from the top of your library is still very good. In something like Henzi, this could be a very interesting effect as well, allowing you to have some very big turns. Since your creatures are coming out for very cheap and they have haste thanks to Blitz, you could tap some of them after they've already done their ETB, which is the main point, to then play another creature on the same turn and then just kind of snowball and have these really big turns where you play thing after thing after thing and have a huge swingy turn. It also makes it really hard for you to run out of gas in those decks, so I think both of the abilities synergize very well on this card. Not being able to run out of gas is fantastic, but then also being able to use previous creatures you've created or small token creatures to power out bigger stuff makes this very interesting. Also, it works very well in token decks as well because of that same reason. If you've created a bunch of tokens with, say, something like Avenger of Zendikar or something along those lines, you might find yourself with a bunch of 0/1s that are fairly useless later on, but with this out, you can turn those tokens that can't attack into another way to tap for mana. A card like Jaheira already does that, but she doesn't give you the card advantage that this does, so I think the strength of this card is precisely in that it combines multiple different beneficial effects that aren't usually entirely worth the card on their own into a very good combined total that does a lot of different things that you want and has a lot of overlap in certain decks. To sum up, this needs to be played in a deck that is very creature heavy or is very interested in going off with the tapping for mana ability. If you meet any of those requirements, I think it's good enough, but if your deck is interested in both aspects of this card, then this is going to be an absolute all-star for that kind of deck. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!